Joining us today for this week's entertainment panel is, of course, Abby St. John. Totally forgot to mix up the starting point there, but that's okay.
Well, we might have a new one next week if we remember.
Yeah, if we remember to do that, we'll switch it up next week for the opening.
But it's always going to be us. It's always
yeah, of course. That can never, get screwed up or mixed up. It always has to be us. We are the OGs for the panel.
Of course.
And it has to stay the same. But yes, thank you so much for joining us today, Abby. We got some good stuff on the go. And this is really good to hear, especially starting off with Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And is now certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. And they got great scores so far. And it's really nice to see that, it kind of seems like, some good action and, of course, a comedy. And, sometimes it's like, who knows if it's a hit or miss? Like, if it's going to be good, if it's going to be bad, it might be like cringy, but seeing the score so far, seems like it's a good one.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
And I think that's fantastic, especially for this movie, because Dungeons and Dragons have been around since the early to mid 70s. So you have generations of fans of this game who has played, who has spent hours and days, even weeks, creating campaigns and enjoying it with their friends and playing, Dungeons and Dragons have been a part of so many people's lives that this movie really needed to hit because you had such a huge fan base who plays the game, who makes their own characters, who fights with their own characters. It was super important for them to really hit home with this movie, and they have done that. And the movie has just officially been released today. So the previews for it have garnered a lot of recognition from fans, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes for just the audience scores. And that's impressive since the movie, the preview for it had only been a couple days. And it's only being officially released today. 89% critic rating, and it's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, which is amazing to see. The cast is spectacular. You got Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Reggie-Jean Page, Justice Jesse Smith, and Sophia Lillis. You got a great cast, and I obviously, from the ratings so far, they clearly work well together and they have good chemistry. And just seeing the trailer for it, it looks really, really good. I think people are going to realize, how good it was. They were a little, hesitant at first with it, but I think now seeing the reviews from the critics and audiences, it's going to get more people going to see this movie and get more excited about it, I think. Yeah,
seems like it's a really good comedy and good action, and like you said, like how long Dungeons and Dragons has been around. I think a lot of fans are going to be really excited to see that, they actually have a movie that represents the game well and all that, That's really good to see when you kind of get that like adaptation and movie form of like something you really love, like, a video game or kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, like a board game kind of thing. And all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, they actually did a really great job representing that game. So hopefully a lot of people, that maybe they could see both, go D&D and John Wick another time.
Exactly.
Who knows, mix it up, just do a weekend of both movies.
Yeah.
And then we also got a first look at another project that's going to be coming up on your birthday to you. So a few months from now, but still, we got a nice first look. And this is a stacked casting for this, and it is called Asteroid City. And of course, we have Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, we got Steve Carell, so many more to name. But that's just from the first look of what we kind of saw for photos that online they're really posting about. But it's a stacked movie, and it seems a bit, I have no idea what this movie's even about, but it seems interesting.
You're not here.
We're not there. The car exploded. Come get the girls. I have to stay here with Woodrow.
I'm not the chauffeur. I'm the grandfather. Where are you?
Asteroid City, Farm Route 6, mile 75.
It's a Wes Anderson movie, so you have to go in with it. It's going to be a little bit weird and out there. He is definitely known for his eccentric and unique visual and storytelling and narrative. He does, but a lot of it has to do with grief, loss of innocence, and dysfunctional families. And I think that's who Wes Anderson is, and he's been successful with it so far. And yeah, like you said, stacked cast. It's so stacked that only a few of them made it into the trailer,
Yeah.
into the first trailer. So a couple people that you didn't mention, Bryan Cranston, Willem Dafoe, Adrian Brody, Ed Norton, Jeff Goldblum, Tilda Swinton, Maya Hawke, Margot Robbie, Sophia Lillis, they're all in this movie.
Yeah,
stacked
quite
cast.
a few.
And a lot of Wes Anderson movies are a stacked cast. They do have a lot of, well-known actors and actresses, and I think that goes to show just how talented he is and how much people really want to work with him. Because his movies are very unique and they're very out there, very colorful in a lot of them. Sometimes it's a little bit muted, but for the most part, it is very colorful, very unique, and yeah, it is weird. But like you said, I don't really know what it's about either. From what I gather from the trailer, it takes place in a town called Asteroid City, where an asteroid had hit the town thousands, maybe even millions of years prior, and they celebrate Asteroid Day. It's a town full of stargazers, but you find out that they're very behind in the science of astronomy. Yeah.
But some people say when they have a stacked cast like that, sometimes it doesn't always work out. It's just all these A-list, B-list celebrities, and it's what's the plot of this movie. So
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully it's a good one, and I think it's going to be interesting. Hopefully we'll get some more information on it soon, and we'll be able to talk about this one more time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's all the time we have for this week's entertainment panel. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Abby.
Of course.